Hey, what's up guys? Chris McCarthy here with McFit Method, and this is your movement of the day. Today's movement of the day is going to be alternating single arm kettlebell snatch. Before we get started, make sure that you click and subscribe down below. I try to post new videos every single day, and I don't want you to miss any of those. Also, check out the description down below. I've linked up a couple of my muscle building and fat loss challenges, so feel free to click on those and join me in those challenges as well. All right guys, so like I said, today's movement, I got a kettlebell back here, is going to be alternating single arm kettlebell snatches. So I've got a 35-pound kettlebell back here. Since this is a single arm, typically go a little bit lighter on these. So you're gonna start in a nice squat stance with that kettlebell down between your legs. Feet should be a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes pointed out slightly. And to initiate this, you can keep that chest up. You're gonna hinge at the hips, send that butt back, and start to bend slightly in the knees. Once those knees are tracking out over the toes, we're making sure they are not caving in. We're gonna keep those knees apart, tracking out over those toes, chest up the entire time. You're gonna grab this kettlebell. Once you grab a hold of that kettlebell, you are then gonna explode using your hamstrings and your glutes and your quads. Once you open up everything at this position, your arm is still straight at this point with that kettlebell in your hand. Now you've fully opened up your hips at this top, knees are fully opened up, but you still want to you've generated some momentum. You want to keep that momentum going because we're going to try to get this kettlebell up all the way up overhead. So what we want to do is at this position, your arm is still straight. We're not pulling yet. We still want to kind of get up on our toes. We want to shrug our shoulder and generate as much momentum in the vertical plane as we possibly can before we start to pull with that arm using the power of our lower body. So at this point, you're fully extended, you're shrugged up. At this point, now you start to pull and hinge at that elbow to pull that kettlebell up. Now, as you're pulling this kettlebell up, you are at the same time squatting back underneath it, bending at the knees again, keeping those knees tracking out over those toes, and you're gonna lock it out overhead, and then you're gonna open up those hips once again, opening up those knees, and then that's full rotation or full rep right there once you had that kettlebell up overhead and your body is fully extended. Then you're gonna switch down, you're gonna set it down on the ground, and then you're gonna initiate it with the left hand. We're gonna start on the right now. So once again, chest up, sending those hips back, bending slightly in the knees. Knees are tracking out over those toes, keeping that chest up. You're gonna grab that kettlebell. You're gonna notice I'm gonna extend all the way up, and then I'm gonna pull that kettlebell all the way up overhead once I have gone full extension. Down in this position here, you're gonna snatch it up and then get underneath it and then stand it all the way back up. I've got this hand out here, just a little bit of a balance. Then I'm gonna switch back down, switch to the left hand, same thing on this side. A little bit of balance over here, chest up, snatch it up, get underneath it, and then stand all the way back up, switch back down, switch hands, underneath it, and back down. Now a tricky thing about these kettlebell snatches is that kettlebell has to rotate around your hand at that top position. So you notice I'm starting here, once I get it up in this position, now that kettlebell has come around to the side of my hand, and you basically kind of punch it up. So the more you practice this workout, you're gonna get your timing down. The first few times you're probably gonna do it, you're gonna get up here, that kettlebell's gonna come down and slam you in the back of the wrist. You wanna avoid this. So when you get in this position, as that kettlebell starts to come around, now you're gonna kind of actually punch. And when you punch with that, it brings that kettlebell actually nicely down, resting against your arm, rather than kind of swinging around and slamming into your wrist. So making sure that when you get in this position, you're coming up and you're kind of punching it underneath. So you see how I punched it underneath there. As it comes around, it hits a little bit, but it's not gonna be as much as if it's just swinging all the way around and it hits your wrist there. So that is your movement of the day, alternating single arm kettlebell snatches. Hope you enjoyed this workout or this movement. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any more movements or workouts, and check out those links down below as well so you can join my muscle building and fat loss challenges. All right guys, that's the movement of the day. I will see you right back here tomorrow in the McFit Method gym.